welcome to where the furniture isn't always the best, but them views, they are amazing.
All right, man. So before we start rounding this out, man, we got to end the podcast on a good note, on some celebratory celebrations or whatnot. So I want to say that Monday, me and Chris, we got married.
What?
We did it.
Wow.
Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations.
Long overdue.
Super dope.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's what's up. You pulled the BJ. Good for you.
Hey, man.
Something about y'all Jones folks, boy. Y'all just
It was the situation, man. It was the situation. I mean, you know, we had to get it done. Honestly, we had to do it because we needed a marriage license to be able to get this loan for this dental office that we trying to buy. So
business.
it had to be done.
See, once again, profitability and liability.
I didn't, and I wasn't super hype about it, but you know, you got to do. You know, it's more about the family and longevity.
I know it was Chris's idea.
Oh, you absolutely know it's Chris's idea. Absolutely. You know,
Listen,
we know that already.
This is a simple thing. The wedding should be for you. You can always do a celebration whenever you feel you're ready for that process. That's the party of celebration. The fact that you went to the judge, did your thing, is something you guys will have forever.
So that's the crazy part. DC is like dumb easy. No judge. I'm the officiant. You sign the paper in the office or whatever. You get your certificate.
Mm-hmm.
You can go anywhere in the District of Columbia, have a ceremony, sign off on the paper. This day we did it at this place.
Mm-hmm.
Send it to the people, and you're married. Like that. That's it.
I can do ceremonies here in Florida as a licensed notary.
I wonder,
really?
Like that's like depending on where you're at, it's easy.
Is it because you're in DC and there's not technically a statehood and yet you can do that?
I think it has to have something to do with the municipality or whatever. But
being able to be anywhere, be covering all states, but technically, you need to make sure you get your address set up, and you guys got a place in DC for the kids and they get ready to go to college for that.
Hey, y'all see Fresh over there thinking.
DC might sound real good right now.
You in and out same day, man, and you know you go close to about 4:00. You in and out in 30 minutes, easy.
That's awesome.
But
no, that's good stuff, man. Well, congratulations for seriously.
Congrats, man.
Appreciate it.
That tax benefit or liability, because it depends on what you make.
Yeah, that can definitely be a
well, you know, we get this office and you know start making some real money. Then next year we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So Mike D will settle all that up for us, man.
Y'all gonna just be ready.
yeah. Be ready for that. Yep. That refund is dead. Yeah, that dual income.
But y'all got well, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's gonna. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think if we could squeeze out one more, we might be good, right? I think that's where Carol might have been going.
Cost factor versus refund.
A business?
Worth it. No, one more kid.
No, baby, man.
Listen,
He thought you were talking about kids.
We got enough businesses, bro. We got
if you love.
got enough of
Not hear
those.
me encouraging anybody else to have any more kids. I will not encourage you.
I would not either.
We gotta populate the earth,
I am
man.
not doing.
We gotta.
You've done your job.
Add more.
You've done your job
to this earth to counteract some of this foolishness we deal with on a regular basis.
That's true. Or you can just make them bosses and make them be the one leading the pack.
Exactly. I like the way you think, Art. Speaking of Art,
that is up to the individual. How many kids you have? Don't let anybody pressure you. None of that.
Anyway, speaking of Art, man, we got to come your way for the corner so we can start rounding this thing out. Man.
Yo, this week I'm going to, so for the rest of this month, and I'm going to try to find this for the rest of the year because what BJ said was great. It should be from March to January of celebration. So I'm going to try to pull some cool businesses and tag them. Maybe they'll see this forward. But there is a Black couple who just opened up an autonomous grocery store, first Black owned in the entire world. It is in Fayette, Georgia. It is
of course.
I know it's an hour for me. I wanted to go there and support them, but that's an hour drive. Jamie and Jalea Hemmings. The actual name of the restaurant is called Nourish Plus Bloom or Nourish and Bloom. It's just amazing. I saw that it popped up on my feed. It could be because it is Black History Month. It could be because it opened up. I'm not sure, but they got huge sponsors by Microsoft, Coke, and I think and Google's right behind them to open up 400 more of these things across the country. So big ups, big celebration to them. I wanted to share that out there because BJ said in the last session that you don't have to wait to someone else to do that. You can be the first. And these two people, and their story is amazing because their son is autistic, and they did that because they wanted their son to have something to build on and work through. And his mindset worked mathematically, and it worked well for the design of the store. But that aspect, and that is something you can do. You don't have to wait. You can be the first and make that thing something. Now you're in history books as being the first person to do this, or first Black person to do this in America and in the world. Like, that's a title no one can take from you, the world. So big ups to Nourish and Bloom. And that is my corner today, yo, celebrating success.
Yeah, that's major, man. Shout out to them. And if they can get a location in this, DC, Maryland, Virginia area, I definitely, DC, between DC and Baltimore, 30 minutes, I can do 45 is, I'll do that. But that's massive, man. Because that's one of the things we talk about all the time. We don't have no grocery store.
Yep.
So that's amazing. That's amazing. Coach K, coming your way, man. Gotta take us home.
Appreciate that. We talked about a lot today. And look, if this is our last episode, it's our last episode. It's been a good run. If they choose to shut us down, it is what it is. But for those of you listening and considering, should we shut them down? Don't free up our time. If you free up our thinking time and our creative time, you just don't know what we're gonna come up with next. So that's not a threat. I'm just telling you what's real. It is what it is. But for everybody else, I don't care if you're Jewish, I don't care if you're Black, I don't care what race you belong to. Is it somebody else's responsibility to educate you and your offspring about your identity and where you come from? My thought is no, it's not. So I don't care what the school does. What are you teaching your kids at home? How are you taking ownership of that? Because that essentially helps form their identity. So what role do you play in forming that identity? The same way you teach them how to eat, what's good, what's not, that's the same way you should be teaching them about their identity and helping shape them for the future, not leaving it to somebody else. So I want you to think about that and just know that, do you know your identity? And if you don't know, is that the real reason why you don't want to teach your kids? Because you don't have a clue either. You're lost. And if that be the case, guess what? This World Wide Web, this internet, this social media, it has made things wide open. There isn't anything that you can't research, find out about, educate yourself, and in turn, educate your kids. If you don't have kids, go out and educate your nieces, your nephews. Go out and educate the neighbors' kids. Stop talking to them about foolishness and actually do something that will shape them and help them be the people we need in the future.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're done here on the 13th floor where the furniture isn't always the best, but the views are
Amazing.